Alright, so go over GBPCAD. So on this trade, I got stopped out for 0.5 hour loss. Essentially, um, yesterday I wanted to see price go lower from this 4 hour fair value gap. So we started to consolidate in here. So essentially, we engineered this high inside the 4 hour fair value gap, and then we swept it in London session. Yeah, in London session we swept the high. We had this large displacement lower, and then we inverted this 1 hour fair value gap. So to me, there's like a bearish AMD, and then we also closed below this up close candle, forming a bearish order block. And then on the 4 hour as well, we formed this new 4 hour order block here after sweeping liquidity into 4 hour fair value gap and this 4 hour inversion. So for me, I wanted to see price continue lower from here. In my opinion, there was no reason for price to go back above this high, right? This is now high resistant liquidity. We have a sweep, and we have a stop run and displacement, inverting bullish PD areas and forming bearish PD areas. So this became the new invalidation, and it happened inside of a kill zone as well. London higher the day, so I was anticipating New York to be continuation. So initially my stops were around here, and now I trim my stops towards this to be the new invalidation, and it was looking quite decent, right? You see the daily candle was starting to expand, and it was trading around here when I trim my stops essentially, and then now price has just reversed this daily candle. So yeah, essentially I got out of the trade for like half the initial risk I put on the table, so it's fine. It happens. It's a bit annoying, but this could also been a 1 hour loss here instead of 0.5. So but yeah, that's the reason I trimmed my stops, because that became the new invalidation, and yeah, I've just managed to get stopped out. So I think, to be honest, if you look at the daily now, this to me is just clear consolidation. Now if the daily closing like this, we're just leaving a larger wicks away from this daily fair value gap. Like this daily fair value gap still holding price. So the fact we couldn't see expansion after this stop run and this displacement is just clear sign of consolidation, or even price even being bullish now, because if we close above this down close candle, this would be a bullish order block, and we're gonna invert this 4 hour fair value gap at the same time. So yeah, that's not a bearish sign that you want to see if you want to see continuation lower. So yeah, essentially close the trade. And if you know exotics like this market, for example, you can see how back and forth it is, right? This is conditions you don't want to trade in. You want to trade in markets that are clear expansion. So we didn't get what I was expecting, so I've got out of the trade for that reason. So I think eventually we'll come for these lows, but I don't think now is the time. So the thing is with exotics as well, that the reason I don't trade them is because of this consolidation, right? But then also you have to be able to predict the strength and weakness between two pairs. So you have to predict in this case pound weakness and CAD strength, and I had my reasons to anticipate pound to be weak, especially Euro GBP, right? I said that from the daily fair value gap I wanted to see price go higher, but if you know Euro GBP is a consolidated pair as well, you see how we just chop around for large amounts of time. So I wanted to see higher from here, but we traded it all the way higher, and then we started to wick away, which is why GU got this explosive move higher, which resulted in GBPCAD to also get this explosive move higher. So yeah, swept these highs into the fair value gap on Euro GBP, and then we just saw this absolute dump. So this pair is also in clear consolidation. this pair is all Euro GBP in consolidation, GBPCAD in consolidation on a daily, and then also if you look at CAD features, this pair is starting to go higher now, but with the last hourly candle, this 9 a.m. one was weak and pound was strong, which is why GBPCAD had this explosive move, and same with EuroCAD. But EuroCAD, because this was dropping, that means Euro was weak, so EuroCAD didn't get that explosive move that GBPCAD had. So yeah, that's essentially just if one of the currency pairs is not given that move that you want, you essentially have to predict two currency pairs. You have to predict, in this example, pound to be weak and CAD to be strong. But if one of the pairs is not doing that, then you can basically just get griefed in that sense. So which is why I try, if I take an exotic pair, I try to trade it on the higher time frames like a swing trade. But yeah, it is what it is. CAD is kind of in a consolidation. Pound just randomly started shooting up. Euro GBP started dropping randomly after rejecting from this hourly fair value gap. So this pair, I'm not really interested anymore, to be honest. I'm yeah, probably stop watching it after today. But yeah,